Hi everyone, welcome to the community classroom. This is Dr. Tracey McCarthy, psychologist, attorney, and educator. I wanted to chat for a minute about some questions for you to start asking yourself. And the first question is, if you are capturing this from your home, from the comfort of your home, how long have you been in your home? How long have you been inside since this situation began a couple of months ago? Have you been inside for most of the day, most days? Have you not been getting any sun and fresh air as you should be? This is an important question, particularly for those of you who are of darker hue. Those individuals who have darker skin, brown skin, tend to need a little bit more sun than other individuals. And so actually staying inside too much becomes counterproductive and becomes unhealthy because the body doesn't metabolize the benefits of the sun the same way as someone who is lighter. So it's imperative that people get outside and get some sun and get some fresh air as much as possible. And from this point on, as soon as possible. What has taken place is that a number of individuals, policymakers, politicians, have been making decisions based upon what they articulate is related to science. They're doing this based upon the best science. However, that cannot be accurate because if someone is going to be making a decision about health based upon the best science, they would be making it in a collective and holistic fashion, meaning they would take into consideration not only physical health, but also mental health. And right now, a number of people are suffering from a number of mental health issues growing out of this situation. And so some of those mental health issues include things like depression and definitely extreme anxiety, OCD, obsessing about germs, obsessing about contamination, fears of contamination, fears of death, and also cultivating this very passive personality dynamic, sort of dependent personality disorder dynamics. There are a number of individuals who are suffering from alcohol and drug problems, and there are some households where individuals are suffering from domestic violence, whether you're talking about adult domestic violence or whether you're talking about child abuse. And so many people are very, very stressed. People have lost jobs. Some people have lost homes. Some people don't know where their next meal is going to come from. And this has all been brought on, not by the situation, not the catalyst, but those who were put in charge. You made a social contract with those individuals to do what was in your best interest. And some of their decision making has not been consistent with that. And so this is a very forensic issue where forensic science actually should be informing these decisions. But people are being very, very selective about this science. And the science is very rudimentary, such as numbers of people who are testing positive for certain things versus looking holistically at what is going on. And so there have not been attempts at adequate forms of prevention and adequate forms of intervention. And there has not been a complete look at all of the different options available. There's always more than one way to skin a cat, so they say. And so there's always more than one way to problem solve. But what you've seen has been a dynamic whereby problem solving has been pretty myopic and unidirectional and unilateral, and it has not been consistent with what is in the best interest. This includes not only violating laws of health, because the laws of health are being violated if you're familiar with the laws of health, but also violating the law itself in order to bring to pass what is considered by some people a safe situation. Depends on what you consider safe. And so individuals are going to have to start making some decisions for self about what is in your best interest. What is going to be the most healthy dynamic for you? What do you need to do to take care of you? Unfortunately, many people seek out positions of power and control in order to simply have power and control. And this presents a heyday for some of those individuals. They are not necessarily focused on serving and protecting, but more on enforcing their will in relation to the people that they have been positioned to actually serve. And so this is not uncommon. Many people who want to be in positions of power really get into power tripping and really get into these authoritarian dynamics, these total authority dynamics. And you really need to think about the extent to which these dynamics are beneficial for you. And what you are going to do to make sure that your life is consistent with what is in your best interest and what is going to serve your best health. And this is your best health, whether you're talking about physical health, mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, economic health. And so you really need to start thinking about those things. When you allow someone else to take total control over your life, your body, your thinking, you're going to run into some problems. And so, again, there are a number of mental health dynamics that are going on right now and spiritual dynamics that people need to be paying a little bit more attention to. People have paid plenty of attention to washing hands and distancing themselves and cleaning everything and under the sun. And so now people need to start focusing on what's known as mental hygiene also, and spiritual hygiene and emotional hygiene. What does that look like? Again, you can't expect anyone to care more about you and what is in your best interest than you do. And you also cannot depend upon individuals who you don't even know these individuals. You put a number of people in positions of power over you, but you don't really know them. And so you may not know the heart of these individuals. And out of the heart comes the fruit. And so you can tell what the heart is by the fruit that is being shown. And so if that fruit being shown is cultivating health, wealth, happiness, balance for you, then you're probably in good hands, and you can loan some of your power and influence for a moment to some of those individuals, if that's what you choose to do. However, many individuals are not manifesting that. It's not a nurturance that's being manifested, it's something else. And ultimately, again, you are going to have to manifest your own stewardship. You are responsible for your body. You are responsible for your mind. You are responsible for your economic situation and the cultivation of your spiritual being. And so we can talk about this some more, but these are just some things that individuals need to start thinking about. What is your ultimate goal in life? And are you now on the road to that pathway? Are you heading in that direction? Are you being sidetracked right now? Only you can determine what is best for you, because you are the expert on you. Remember, knowledge is power. Take care. See you soon.